Hello, everyone. This being Memorial Day, we should probably take a little moment here and honor the founder of Memorial Day, Major General John Alexander Logan. And I am the curator of the Weekly Puck, as you probably know, which you can see at this website. And as I am, and as this is from the period when Mr. Logan was flourishing, we should honor him in the way that Joseph Kepler would have intended, with cartoons making fun of him, because Joseph Kepler hated John Logan. So you're not going to get anything nice from Puck. I'm sorry. Anyway, yeah, that's a thing that's happening this week. I always choose one of Logan to post during the week with Memorial Day, and they are never flattering. Some of them are downright, mean. So, anyway, yeah. Has it already been a week since I've had a rant? Because I had not planned on a rant this week. I was going to discuss, nostalgic crap like I have been in the last few vlogs, but, something just happened. I was at a coffee shop. It's one of the chain coffee shops. It's not Starbucks. It's, I don't want to mention their name, but let's just say that it rhymes with treats. But what I was treated to was not a treat at all. I did not feel like having coffee at this hour because I have to work. I have to go to bed in a few hours, and I need my sleep, so I don't need any extra caffeine right now. But, I thought I'll have a chocolate chip cookie with it because, let's be honest, how could they screw up a chocolate chip cookie? They found a way. I started eating this cookie and I was thinking, something off about this cookie. It tastes salty. And I just assumed, because I'm a rational human being, that they had left it in the pastry case next to something savory, like, say, a ham and cheese croissant or something. But, the more I ate it, the more I looked at it, and I thought that, like, the dusting of salt, which I thought was accidental, the closer I looked at it, I could see that there were crystals embedded into the cookie itself. Which means that they deliberately stuck sea salt in this chocolate chip cookie. So like, I've been halfway through it and I tried to salvage it, gamely by scraping off as much of the salt as I could, and it was beyond my ability to repair because, just like everything had been tainted by salt. Is this going to happen the next time I go to Treats Coffee? Do I have to go and ask, excuse me, is there any salt in this cookie? I should not have to ask that. That should not be a phrase that should have to be uttered by a human being. So thank you, Treats Coffee, for my hypertension and arteriosclerosis. Oh my god. So the trend of salty desserts can die anytime. Thank you, hipsters, for making this horror happen. And, I'm just going to drink some more water and flush the salt out of my system. Anyway, with the rant over, it's not summer, but Memorial Day is generally considered the unofficial start of summer, the summer season. I mean, it's definitely not the not equinox. What's that other thing? Vernal equinox. Well, whatever summer. Solstice, summer solstice. It's not anywhere near the summer solstice, but yeah, I'm just the thing about water parks last week just had me thinking of, swimming in general. And it got me thinking of swimming lessons because there was this lady in my neighborhood, and her name was Ora Weber, and she used to give swimming lessons to the local kids. And so at a very young age, I learned to swim. I didn't swim like my dad used to tell me that they just threw him into the river and he learned to swim that way. But no, I learned from this nice lady in town who, and I just had like an image of her as this sort of aquatic being because I'd never seen her out of any other context than swimming lessons. So she was just like always in this swimming pool. So I had kind of a skewed perception of her. And I just remember all the little advice that she used to give, like no floppy spaghetti legs. It's just like when you were doing the flutter kicks, you were supposed to keep your legs very stiff and straight. So no floppy spaghetti legs. You weren't supposed to bend your knee. And just little fountains, no big splashes. And what were some of the other things? I remember doing the Australian crawl thing. You were supposed to breathe out through your mouth, and then and breathe in through your mouth. I don't like breathing in through my mouth because I'm worried of swallowing. No, it's like I don't like. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I was going to say there, but I definitely don't like breathing in through my nose because I've had water go into my nose every once in a while, and that gets in your sinus cavity, and it gives you a real bad headache. I don't know why that is, but yeah, that's the thing that happens when you're swimming. But yeah, there was a local swimming pool at the YMCA. We'd go there on occasion when we were kids, but usually if we were going swimming someplace, well, of course, I already told you last. Was that last week? Yeah, because I was talking about the Winter Waterworks. We'd go up to our aunt's cabin up at Guerneville, and we just go and swimming in the Russian River there. It's my sister and me, and we didn't even think about it. It was just like everyone was saying, "Oh, the Russian River's polluted. There's like sewage runoff and blah blah blah." But when you're kids, you're not thinking about that. You're just thinking it's hot outside. I want to go swimming, so you just jump in the river and go swimming. But yeah, it's when we were kids, our parents would like take us up to Lake Anza, we always wanted to go to Lake Anza. That was where we wanted to go. And I don't know why, but our parents would not take us to Lake Anza. They would take us all the way out to Contraloma Reservoir, which is way out by Antioch. And that's, first of all, we hated going to Contraloma because, first of all, it's just a freaking long drive out there. And when you're a kid, just, driving 40 miles out to the lake it just seems like an eternity. And the other thing about Contraloma is it's right by Antioch, and I don't know what it is about Antioch, but the kids there are mean. It's that they used to put mud in my hair. It's just like their kids there were really mean, and not just to me, to my sister too. And I don't know why, but and it isn't until you're an adult and you realize the ways of the world a little more. I didn't understand why they would take us out to this horrible, horrible, semi-arid place. But the reason is, Lake Anza is like up in the Berkeley Hills. So, they kind of have to watch the calendar to find the right, days when there's no marine layer. Because, Berkeley, it never really gets very hot out there except during a heat wave. But, Antioch's way out in the valley, so just all summer long it could be relied on to be very hot out there. So, taking us out there was fine. It's the other thing was we'd go up to our grandparents, and our grandparents lived up on a trailer park. That's where I'm from, up in Vacaville. And, yeah, my grandparents, at least on my mother's side, were Grapes of Wrath people. They're originally from Oklahoma, and they moved, not to Bakersfield, but, that's kind of the Central Valley. That's where a lot of the, Oklahomans settled after the Dust Bowl. But my grandparents actually moved to Port Costa, of all places. But, you know, when I was growing up, they were up in Vacaville there. And that's another place that would get hot all summer long. I remember us driving up there, and it was only like 35 miles away. It wasn't that far from where we lived, but it just seemed like so far away when you're a kid. But we would go up there, and their trailer park had its own swimming pool, but the swimming pool wasn't heated, and like even on a 99-degree day, as it often was up there, it just seemed really cold. And so we preferred going to the community pool, which was down the street a little bit, but our parents didn't want us going there because kids were always peeing in that pool. There were a lot of kids in that pool. But that pool was heated, and we liked that better. But I can't remember any other swimming areas that we usually go to. There was when we go to Santa Cruz, that was a little later. We go to the Terrace Court Motel, and there's the swimming pool there. They had like a smaller, because it was a motel, a small motel swimming pool. So I know this guy. He has a pool-shaped kidney. Boom, boom. Anyway, but yeah, we'd also go into the ocean. I have never liked swimming in the ocean. It's like, first of all, it's and not because of Jaws. I wasn't scared of sharks, because the chances of you actually getting, bitten by a shark are less than being struck by lightning. It's just not going to happen. But there are plenty of real reasons why you don't want to swim in the ocean. Like, A, it's cold. I mean, talking about, like, pools not being heated, it's like the Pacific Ocean is like stepping into ice water. It's just really freaking cold. And second, there's jellyfish in there. And getting stung by jellyfish, fortunately, knock on wood, never happened to me. But I don't go swimming in the ocean anymore, so it's definitely not going to happen to me now. I don't need to knock on wood. But yeah, it's just like jellyfish stings are not something I want to experience. I've already been stung by yellow jackets and nettle. I can tell you the nettle sting story. Have I ever told you the nettle sting story? It was not fun. But yeah, I don't need to add jellyfish to the mix. And the third thing about swimming in the ocean is, like, it does not want you in there. I mean, you keep trying to swim in it, it just keeps, like, spitting you back out. It's just like, I'll swim in a lake, thank you. There's no current to fight. So, actually, my favorite swimming hole of all time, and I don't know if I told you this, but a couple of years back, I took like 5 days vacation and I went up there. It was the South Yuba River. There's this bit right on Highway 49 where there's like a bridge that goes over the South Yuba River, and there's like an old bridge over on the side. You park over by the old bridge, and then you just walk like 3/4 of a mile down the way, and you find some nice swimming holes out by the South Yuba River, and it's just like heaven out there. It's especially in the middle of summer when it's all hot, and it's just like you get in the river and just like float down the river. It's just like, oh yeah. This is a little bit of heaven right here. I could just do this all my life. I just need to remember to like wear something on my head and put on sunscreen, because the last time I was there, I got so sunburned. But anyway, all that's talked about. Let's talk about... I actually do have something to taste right now. I should really start going someplace else than the 99 Ranch, because I am really finally running out of stuff to taste from there. But here I have, what even is the brand of this? Oh, this is Kuang Chuan, frozen oolong tea. It's you probably can't read that, but it says in tiny text there, oolong tea, sugar-free. And a bunch of Chinese text that probably says oolong tea, too. And oolong tea is, they say it's very good for you. They say green tea is also good for you, but, oolong tea. But, usually you get this stuff with all the additives to it. But let's see, this one just says ingredients: water, tea leaf, artificial flavor, that's ominous, vitamin C, antioxidant, and sodium bicarbonate. They had to get some sodium in there, I see. So, yeah, this will also settle my stomach, as well as, I don't know, I've shaken this. I don't think there's any, I think it's pretty well, even though there's no emulsifiers, and there's artificial flavors. Yeah, that smells like tea, all right. So, yeah, bottoms up. Yeah, it just tastes like that. It tastes like the tea they give you at the Chinese restaurant, except just, you know, not hot. It's just cold. And it's definitely not frozen, but then I've only had it in the refrigerator. And I showed you, like when I showed you the tour of my trailer, that my fridge is very small and it has a little teeny freezer compartment which freezes unevenly. Everything has frost on it and some of it's semi-thawed. So, but I have to live with it because it's what the park system gave me. But yeah, oolong tea. It tastes like tea. What am I? What else can I say? It's like if you've ever had that tea they give you at the Chinese restaurant, that's exactly what this tastes like. Come to think of it, have I ever tried this before? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, another reason that I need to get away from the 99 Ranch because they just I keep feeling like I'm repeating myself. Anyway, that's all for now. So see you around.